What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound, and I do have a new song out recently called Dreamin', so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, I have a controversial take, a spicy video here for you, and I've talked about this in the past, so this really shouldn't be anything new, but considering where we're at, I'm going to make another push for it. The DAO is currently sitting on almost 2.3 billion DEC, which, when you consider the value of DEC at PEG, is about $2.3 million. I think we should burn all of it. I genuinely think that we should burn all of it. I don't think that the DAO should ever be holding DEC for several reasons. The first of which is it's a liability. If the DAO ever gets hacked, somebody could go and steal all that DEC, and it gets dumped on the marketplace, and it just ruins a ton of things. A ton of things. So I think from a liability perspective, it shouldn't be there. But then two, from a principles perspective, the whole point of burning SPS for DEC and then DEC getting consumed and burned is all supposed to drive value back into SPS. And by holding it there, there is a chance that we either delay or stagnate the flywheel when it starts to really pick up, right? So if you consider this, it's like 2.3 million at PEG. But the DAO is also sitting on a ton of SPS, right? So we're at about like 981 million SPS in the DAO. If you look at it at, 0.007 is what I valued it at, it's like $6.7 million, right? So yes, I am saying that we should burn like $2.3 million US dollars worth of value. And obviously we would never get that back, but I do believe that would drive value back into SPS. Now, not directly, at least not right away. Not, burning all of that wouldn't, just immediately push SPS up, but it would signal that if the DAO needs to pay for things in the future and we want to pay in DEC, well, then the DAO actually has to go in and burn some of the SPS that it has for the future, right? Or burn or buy and burn SPS off the marketplace. So this is really a long-term play, because obviously, the short term, it's going to be something that doesn't have the impact that we need. But I'm talking about the longer term vision here, and I would actually think that Matt would agree with this if he and I were to have a conversation about it. I'm sure I think he's actually kind of even alluded to this in the past in many ways. So the reason that I'm saying we should burn all the DEC in the DAO is because the DAO is about to get a massive stimulus injection, right? With Conclave Arcana, we are going to replenish the DAO with half of the sales from that set. And so the DAO is going to get money back, but I think just burning whatever we have right now is almost like a good show of faith, and it shows that we are committed to driving as much value to SPS in the future, right? Like the idea of the idea that we're going to have $2.3 million worth of demand for DEC that's going to exceed whatever's out there, and therefore we could just put that DEC out, whether we pay people in it, whether we pay the company, whether we pay, anybody, right? Or fund rewards. Like, to me, that kind of gets away from the whole thing. And so I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there, and I know many people might disagree. They're like, oh, why would you just burn money? Well, the whole thing is that we're trying to drive all that value back to SPS. And again, the DAO, the only reason I'm saying it now is because the DAO is about to get a massive stimmy injection, right? So if we get another 1 billion or 2 billion from Conclave Arcana, like, just the fact that we're sitting on all that DEC, like I said, creates a liability, and then we kind of want to spend it on stuff when we really shouldn't be. So the thing is, okay, well, there's still a ton of SPS out in the ecosystem, right? There's almost 1 billion that's staked. There's another 100 million that's currently liquid. And the truth is that over time, we want to see the flywheel effect really kick in. And we're starting to see a little bit of that. Well, actually, we're not. We started to see a little bit of that with the Rebellion. My guess is we're going to start to see a little bit of that with the Conclave Arcana presale. But then keep in mind, the company's going to be getting a lot of DEC too. They're going to get half of it, and therefore they won't need to necessarily buy SPS off the marketplace, right? The way that they have in the past. Or players wouldn't necessarily have to do that if the company's selling DEC back into the marketplace. Although I do believe the company tries to have a policy of not ever selling DEC. I can't say that they haven't in the past, and again, they're absolutely well within their rights to do so. But I think if they try their best not to and just leave a stack of DEC there for back-end credits transactions, right? So at the end of the day, I'm just thinking that this is an opportunity for us to really, again, burning tokens is more of just like a marketing thing, but it does show commitment to the SPS token in the future. And as we are going to replenish the DAO with stuff from Conclave Arcana anyway, I just don't see a need for the DAO to be holding all of this DEC. If we're getting something from it, then cool, right? Maybe you could put it into some of the liquidity pools, but then again, that DEC, if you put it into LPs, and it's not really locked in the DAO, right? A lot of that is going back and forth out to the ecosystem or recirculated out into the ecosystem in many ways. So that's just where I'm at. Again, this is not for any specific reason or particular reason outside of the fact that this is what we should be doing, just in principle, and that the DAO is going to be getting another injection, of massive DEC capital in the very near future. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sure many people will disagree with this, but I'm curious to know who might agree or who might have a different take on it entirely. That is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.